today's activity. Today we are going to study the anatomy of a frog. But before that, I want to introduce myself. I am Erich Enrique Sipe.
I am Crystal Gadefagoro
From grade 7 Archimedes of Trento National High School. We are going to examine the frog's internal organs, learn their functions, and discover or discuss the microscopic world of cell and organelles. But before that, we are going to describe the frog itself.
Frogs are amphibians, meaning they can live both in water and on land. They have streamlined body for swimming and strong hind legs for jumping. Their skin is moist and used for respiration in addition to their lungs, as frogs can absorb oxygen through their skin.
Before we continue, we will first prepare the equipments like laboratory gown, mask, gloves, head cap, and safety goggles, so the dissection tray and dissection tools.
Let's begin our dissection. First, we'll make an incision along the abdomen to expose the internal organs. As we do, we will describe each organ and its function.
Here is the frog after cutting the incision, so let's identify its parts.
Let's begin with the heart. Here we have the frog's heart. It is the three-chambered heart consisting of two atria and one ventricle. The heart pumps oxygenated blood from the lungs to the body and deoxygenated blood from the body to the lungs. Frogs rely on both pulmonary and continuous respiration.
We have the frog's lungs. These are relatively small compared to the heart and are located just behind it. Frogs primarily breathe through their skin, but they also use their lungs to supplement oxygen intake, especially when on land. The lungs are connected to the mouth through the glottis, which the frog uses to inflate its lungs.
Here is the liver, one of the largest organs in the frog's body. The liver is responsible for detoxifying chemicals in the bloodstream, producing bile to help with digestion, and storing glycogen for energy. It also helps with fat metabolism. The frog's liver has 3 lobes.
And the stomach. Below the liver, we find the stomach. The stomach in frog is responsible for breaking down food through both mechanical and chemical digestion. It releases gastric juices that help digest food, which then passes into the small intestine for further digestion and nutrient absorption.
Next is the small intestine. The small intestine is where most of the digestion and nutrient absorption occurs. The frog's small intestine is coiled, and inside its lining are villi that increase surface area for absorption. Nutrients from the food are absorbed into the bloodstream here.
The large intestine. Next, we have the large intestine. The large intestine absorbs water from the remaining undigested food, forming solid waste. Any waste that is left over is eventually expelled through the cloaca, a common opening for the digestive, urinary, and reproductive system in frogs.
Next, the kidneys. On either side of the spine, we see the kidneys. The kidneys filter out waste from the blood, maintaining the frog's water balance by excreting excess salts and water as urine is vital for survival, especially since frogs live in environments with varying levels of moisture.
Now let's take a closer look at the frog on a cellular level. Each of these organs is made up of specialized cells that carry out specific function. In the cell, we have organelles, each playing a role in the survival of the cell.
The nucleus is the control center of the cell, containing the cell's genetic material or DNA. It directs cell activities such as growth, metabolism, and reproduction.
The mitochondria. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. They generate energy in the form of ATP through cellular respiration. This energy is crucial for the cell's functions, including muscles contractions during swimming and jumping.
The ribosomes. Ribosomes are small structures responsible for protein synthesis. They decode genetic information from the nucleus to create proteins that the cell needs to carry out its function.
The cell membrane. The cell membrane acts as a barrier controlling what enters and leaves the cell. It ensures that essential nutrients enter while waste products are removed, maintaining the cell's homeostasis.
As we've seen, the frog's organs work together to help the animal survive in its environment. From the lungs for respiration to the kidneys for excretion, and from the heart for circulation to the liver for digestion. Every system plays a vital role. On a microscopic level, the cells within each organ carry out specific functions that sustain the frog's life.
Dissection of the frog. We've been explored in anatomy and the function of its organ. Remember, each organ works in harmony with the others, just as the organelles inside the cells contribute to the life of the organism. Thank you for joining us today.